Hi, in this video we're going to show you a free tool you could use to rip your music CDs to various formats such as MP3, WAV, and FLAC files. So it's called FreeAC, so free audio converter. So there are a couple ways to get it. You could go to the Microsoft Store and download it from there, or you could also go to their website and download it from here as well. The website might get updated more often than Microsoft Store, and you could also get to the Microsoft Store from here as well. And you can see they have different versions, 64-bit and 32-bit version. You're going to be using the 64-bit most likely. They have an ARM version. They have a zip package if you don't want to use the installer, even a Mac OS and Linux version. All right, so all you need to do is download it and install it, which we already have going here. So let's open it up. Click OK to the tooltip, or you could check this box not to show it. It's going to make it full screen here. All right, so we have our audio CD here, and it doesn't show anything about the track information, so Windows is not reading it. And of course, Windows Media Player doesn't read your CD information any longer. So that's why you have to use a third-party app like this if you want to, do things such as download the artist and track information. All right, so first we need to load in our CD here. So if you hover over the tools, you can see what button does what here. So we're going to add the audio contents to the job list. And you also have these options here to add regular audio files to the job list. So we want this one here. It's going to read the CD. Okay, so you may get this message that your CD drive cannot be found in the accurate RIP database. So this is an online tool that is used to ensure your RIP happens correctly. So this is just a generic virtual machine, so it's not going to be found. So yours may or may not. So we're going to say no to this. Okay, so you can see it found the artist name and the title. Then we have the track number and length. And if you wanted to do something such as create a playlist or cue sheet, or even encode it to a single file instead of multiple files, you could do so from here. All right, so here is our output folder where it's going to be ripped to. So you could change these options in the settings here. All right, so let's go over a couple things because it can be confusing. So you have this play button here, which will start the encoding process for whatever encoder you're using here. So right now we're on the lame MP3 encoder. And you can see we have Apple Lossless, FDK, AAC, FLAC, and then multi-encoder hub. So you could pick one of these if you don't want to do MP3. So if you go up here, you can see you have all these options. So if you pick one of these from this play button icon here, it's going to start ripping it right away using that setting. So keep that in mind. All right, so if you select an encoder here and you want to change the settings for that encoder, you have this button here, configure the selected audio encoder. So you can see it matches lame MP3 with lame MP3 here. And you have some presets here, so you could go with standard or do your own custom setting if you want to increase the quality, so on. We'll stick with standard for our example here. Miscellaneous options, expert settings, audio processing. All right, and if it's not reading the information from your CD, you could come up here and query the CD/DB database if you want to see if that'll download the proper information for you. All right, so let's check out the general settings real quick, and then we'll try ripping the CD here. All right, so you have some configurations. The default is the only option here. You can make your own configuration if you want. Encoder information. All right, I'm just going to click through these, and you could just kind of check them out real quick. So here's where you could change the path or the folder where it's going to be output to, and you could change the format as well. Let me move this over to the side a little bit here. All right, processing, verification options, resources, ripper settings. So if you have more than one drive, you could pick it from here, set your drive speed. If you want to maybe slow it down to avoid any errors, you could try that as well. And if your CD contains text, you could check this option here to have it try and read this text from the CD itself, because some of these, store-bought CDs will come with this CD text built in, which will include the artist information, track information, that type of thing. All right, our CDDB settings here for the address. Tag formats. I believe ID3 v2 is the best one to use for compatibility across devices. Then we have various component options here. Okay, so now that we have everything ready to go here, we could click on the encoding process button to start the ripping process. All right, so this will take a few minutes, so I will pause the video and be back when it's done. Okay, so the ripping process is complete. So as it rips, it will start to remove the songs from the list here until you have nothing left. All right, so let's check it out here in our music folder. So here's the folder it made with the band name and album name. And then we have the format we chose here for track number, band name, song name, title, contributing artist, and album. And for some reason, Windows puts this under contributing artist instead of just artist. And if you right click a song, go to properties here, details, you could see it's most likely going to be in both. And you could actually edit this information for your MP3s as well. And if you right click, choose album artist, and you can even get rid of contributing artist. You could have it like that as well. All right, so as you can see, FreeAC is pretty simple to use. It does a good job, and it comes in handy when you want to download the artist and track information. All right, so once again, you could get it from the Microsoft Store, but I'll also put a link in the description if you want to download it right from the website. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.